everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Manning's Giants going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Play clock winding down. On first down, here's a handoff to Vereen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Manning to throw on 2nd down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. 3rd down here. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Cameron Hayward is a defensive lineman, but many of us, especially guys of my vintage, remember his father, Craig Ironhead Hayward, who was a running back. I think Cameron decided he'd rather hit people than be hit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's Brad Wing now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a Wildcat look. It's Bell. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon Bell can set new records.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. This time Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL. And now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And we look now at the defense for the Giants. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. On third down, Roethlisberger. On the right side, caught by Green. 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ladarius Green, 41 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the pass.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 63 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. It's the fullback. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Finding time. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Here's Bell, and he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On 2nd down, it's Bell, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And caught right side, Green. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. That is caught at the 7. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. In motion is Coates. Now Bell. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll run it with Bell. Le'Veon Bell unable to get in. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And tough starting field position here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Manning, and incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do, is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't, but for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off. Beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Here's a direct snap to Bell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye. Again, it's Bell. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. They'll come out in the pistol.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Roethlisberger on the right side, caught by Green. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Another pistol look here. Now Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them. On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Yeah, the Giants ready to come out now. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one, and he's got his man. Beckham, touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, 40 yards. And the Giants are going to jump back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Steelers offense gets onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And it's caught over the middle by the tight end Green. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Roethlisberger. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't. But for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off. Beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. They go back to the air here after the INT. It's complete to Brown, right side. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed a tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. It's a 4-receiver look, all to the left side.
Blue 30. Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
There they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball. And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And they're going to speed things up here. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's first and goal. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Marcus Wheaton, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They just yielded a touchdown on the other end. Now they'll be trying to answer the bell and get a score of their own.
It's their opportunity to match. Can they do exactly what they just saw happen to them? Go down the field and score a touchdown. And to me, the best way to do it, look at your play sheet coordinator and call plays for guys that make the best plays for you. Go to the guys that you know can get the ball down to the end zone.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And here the hookup goes to Victor Cruz. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On the run, Darkwa. A strong running. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that leads to a New York first down. Manning now on first down. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Will tie a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On the right side, caught by Green. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll throw on first down with Ruff. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right up.
And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Now Roethlisberger. James has got it, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man on the out route. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And James has it. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll go again with Bell. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ladarius Green, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. And he's got it up and through. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They come up in a 2 tight end look here.
Come on, let's go!
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
QB split out wide now. They're in the Wildcat.
Here we go!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it.